Dogecoin, a cryptocurrency that started off as a joke based on the Doge meme, is changing people's lives, but not always for the better. My name's Cairo, this is my $1 Million Hustle channel, and yes, I am on the Doge rollercoaster too. Unlike some of these Doge investors, I didn't get in there right at the beginning, and I should have, but hindsight is 2020, and I'm still getting my head wrapped around these more speculative investments like GameStop, like AMC, and now like Dogecoin. Now, the absolutely key thing I learned from the whole GameStop saga and from what's happening when retail investors start speculative investing is that not to invest more than I'm willing to lose. So, had this conversation with my fiance the other day for our joint account, because she was like, oh, we should invest in some Dogecoin, and I'm like, oh, well, we've got a small holding of like 130 pounds, so should we invest more? And she's like, yeah, let's invest more, let's get a couple thousand, and we settled on 1,000 just to see how it goes, to see what would happen with Saturday Night Live, because the self-appointed Dogefather Elon Musk was going to be on Saturday Night Live last weekend, and the expectation amongst lots of crypto commentators was that that was going to push the price of Dogecoin to $1. Now, sadly, that did not quite happen. As we can see over here, Doge got to an all-time high of 72 cents. Now, that was just before Saturday Night Live, so it was probably the build-up, the expectation that Elon was going to say something that was going to send Doge to the moon. Now, if you bought Dogecoin at any point along this journey over here, then you would be sitting pretty, because it went from a very small amount of 5 cents all the way up to 72 cents within less than a month. So that's incredible, and that is what has created Dogecoin Millionaires, the most famous of which is the Dogecoin Millionaire, and that is Jasyn Prolifiq. So this is Jasyn over here. He is getting featured in CNBC. He's getting featured in Business Insider. He's basically being featured everywhere, as well as on popular YouTube channels like Andrei, Jikh, and Stephan. Now, we'll talk about why those YouTube features are so smart in just a second. But first, let's have a look at what Morning Brew wrote about Jasyn's journey over here. Pro bought about $180,000 worth of Dogecoin on February 5th, and that was when Dogecoin was at about 5 cents. Now, if we look at the timeline, that was a day after Elon Musk tweeted that Dogecoin is the people's crypto, and he posted a photoshopped image of him and the little Doge. And just based off of that tweet, the coin went up to 8 cents just a few days later, which is incredible. So even in those couple of days, Pro having bought in at 5 cents and it going up to 8 cents, you know, with a $180,000 investment, that is a pretty good return on your money. Now, general investing advice is not to YOLO all of your life savings into a speculative asset, into a speculative investment like Dogecoin, like GameStop. And that is exactly what Pro did. He had some money invested in Tesla and some other stocks, and he took that all out to be able to invest in Dogecoin. Now, while this might be an incredible story and brilliant, and it's absolutely an outlier, a lot of people are going to see this and they're going to do the same thing. They're going to think, okay, I can put in all my money into this speculative investment and I can make a healthy return, or I can make short-term quick gains and it can go to the moon. But what is not necessarily the case is that these investments will go to the moon, will go to the stratosphere, outer space. When investing, you are making an estimate, and usually an educated estimate, as to what the stock price will do in the future, or the price of the crypto will do in the future. And that is usually based on fundamental analysis. You're looking at the underpinning workings of the cryptocurrency or of the stock. You're deciding whether you believe in the future of the currency or of the company. That's kind of why Warren Buffett hates cryptocurrencies, because it is so speculative. He is more of a fundamental analysis guy, where he will pour through hours and hours of reading the financial statements of a company in order to determine whether he wants to invest in them. And that's why he's been a long-term investor in companies like Coca-Cola. Now, cryptocurrencies might be a completely different world to the one that Warren Buffett is used to, but you can use a fundamental analysis when investing in cryptocurrencies as well, like Bitcoin, like Ethereum. You can look at what the overall value is that that coin is providing. So Ethereum obviously can be used in lots of different ways, and it can be used for, selling NFTs, and there's a whole world about Ethereum that I'm still investigating and I'm still learning about, but it has clear value. Whereas Bitcoin also has clear value in that it is a digital store of value, pretty much like the digital gold. Now, I don't think Pro is complaining about not owning digital gold, because on April 15th, Dogecoin hit 29 cents, and that made Pro officially a paper millionaire. You're not quite a millionaire until you sell, I guess, or until you can use that currency. And Dogecoin is not widely accepted as a currency yet. However, that goes back to the point about value. And value is given by the people willing to use it. So people invest in Dogecoin. They like the coin because it doesn't take itself too seriously. It was started off as a joke. It's actually older than Ethereum. And if companies start allowing you to buy goods and services with Dogecoin, then that inherently adds more value to it. Now let's go back to last Saturday when Elon Musk was hosting SNL. Now, we've seen what happened before with the spikes when Elon even mentions Dogecoin on Twitter, and the price can just shoot up dramatically. And that's what got Pro involved in the whole Dogecoin game in the first place. So everyone was expecting Dogecoin to have a massive surge after Saturday Night Live. Now, unfortunately, that did not happen. And I would have liked it to happen as well, because then I would be in the black rather than in the red on my little Dogecoin investment. But the fact that it didn't rise is not necessarily a death knell for Dogecoin. It is still trading at a very high price relative to what it started off at. Its market cap is massive. And if we think about the interest in terms of a wave, it is still pretty high up the crest of that wave. It hasn't come crashing down yet. Other companies might still jump on board and accept Dogecoin as a form of currency. So I'm definitely interested to see what happens with the price. And again, I only invested as much as I am prepared to lose to see what's going to happen with this story and to feel kind of involved in the whole magic of this whole thing, all the excitement. Now, the best investments I've ever made have been in actual businesses. So I started an Airbnb business a few years ago, and that's been amazing. And I can help you start yours as well. I've popped a link down in the description for more details. And just recently, I started buying businesses, investing in businesses, and I bought one just over a month ago for $1, and that has been the best investment I've ever made in my life. So if you haven't yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be posting more videos about that investment and about buying businesses that already exist in future videos. Now, speaking of other investments, this is something that Pro is doing that is super smart. He is investing in his social brand. So he's already registered the domain name, the dogecoinmillionaire.com. Pretty smart. And he's got all the URL handles that he might need, the Dogecoin Millionaire. So what is he doing? He is able to leverage this incredible success that he's had both in the media by getting into articles on Business Insider and CNBC Make It, and he is able to get onto these huge YouTube channels like Andrei, Jikh, who's got over 1.5 million subscribers, and as well Stephan, who has over 3 million subscribers on his main channel. Now, Pro has leveraged his story brilliantly on Reddit. So he started posting several months ago once he started investing in Dogecoin, and as you can see, he's been popping his YouTube videos down here. He's been showing his position, showing how much money he's made, and also showing how much money he's lost. Several times his investment went down. He crossed the $1 million mark and then dropped under the $1 million mark. He was at $1.7 million and dropped down to $500,000. So he is using that culture brilliantly in terms of the diamond hand aspect, and he is linking to his YouTube channel. So now let's just take a quick look at Pro's YouTube channel. It has grown massively. So he's at 27.3 thousand subscribers. That is incredible because the average YouTube channel takes 2 years to get to 1,000 subscribers. So he's blown right past that. and he's been featured in those videos from Jikh. Jikh is then posting the link to Pro's channel, which obviously helps, and the threads on Reddit are going viral. So that's all brilliant and incredible. So as you can see here, he's got close to 400,000 views. He would probably already be monetized on YouTube, and that means he can use YouTube as another income source. So he's currently earning, I think, around $50,000 from his job, but just from those 400,000 subscribers, he is likely to have made several $1,000s already. So he can leverage his Dogecoin story into other revenue sources, like having merch on his Dogecoin Millionaire store, and like making money from sponsorship deals and affiliates on YouTube. Now, Pro's investment into Dogecoin might have gone to the moon for him, making him a multi-millionaire on paper. But will Dogecoin actually go to the moon? The answer is yes. It is literally going to the moon. If you look at this article on CoinDesk, a Canadian-based company is actually using Dogecoin to pay SpaceX, a company owned by Elon Musk, to take a satellite to the moon. Now, whilst that might be a little bit of fun, it actually is pretty interesting, because if more and more companies start accepting Dogecoin as a form of payment, like some of the basketball teams have started to do in the US, Dogecoin could actually be a legitimate cryptocurrency. It could be a currency that is widely adopted and widely used. It's so fun, it's friendly, it's got a great brand. It could be used to pay for groceries. It could be used to buy Teslas, and that is exactly what Pro said he was going to do. Once Tesla starts accepting Dogecoin as a form of payment, Pro is going to buy a Tesla with Doge. Now, whilst that might not be possible right this minute, there is still a promising future for Dogecoin, and that's why I'm going to hang on to my $1,500 Dogecoin investment and see what happens to it. Am I going to be buying a whole bunch more Dogecoin? Probably not. I'm going to be using that money to invest in other businesses and things that I know I can add value to, and I can control the return a bit better than with speculative investing. Now, if you want to, you can click down the link below to grab 2 free stocks on Webull and get some free money over there. Those stocks are valued up to $1,850. And if you're interested in having me help you start your own Airbnb business where you can control your returns more than you can control your returns with Dogecoin, then click the link down below as well. Now, if you enjoyed this video, crush the like button and subscribe. I'm going to be posting really soon about the business that I bought that in the first month already has made over $130,000. And let me know down in the description if you own any Dogecoin yourself and what price you think Doge is going to reach. Now, the YouTube algorithm thinks you're going to like this video next, so check it out. I'll see you in there, and let's hustle together.